married to American citizens.
They must have lived in the U.S. for at least 10 years. If they are approved, they'll get 3 years to apply for permanent residency, and during that time, they'll be able to get permits to work. The administration estimates they'll be able to target 500,000 spouses.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The White House is pushing back against characterization of the president as wandering off or freezing during events, saying the videos are deceptively edited or being lied about.
Right-wing critics of the president have a credibility problem because of the fact checkers have repeatedly caught them pushing misinformation, disinformation.
White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre. The Boston Celtics are NBA champions, beating Dallas 106-88 to take their series 4 games to 1. It's Boston's 18th title, breaking a tie for the most with the LA Lakers. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Oh, my. It is Tuesday. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrows, and Tuesday is one day closer to Friday.
Yeah, there you
I'll
go.
just throw it out there.
And it's a long ways from the next Monday.
Stop. You ruined it for me.
Yeah, well, it is a long ways from next Monday, so it's not a bad day at all.
True.
And otherwise, it's looking pretty good. And we're going to talk about that right up front here this morning. Kelly's not here right now. She is having something going on, but she says she'll be in, but we'll have to wait and see.
Right.
Hopefully she'll, maybe she just might be better off just to take the day off. Sometimes it's a lot better to do that than to have to hurt yourself. Let's put it that way.
We'll see.
Okay. They said it was going to be, they said it is going to be a very active season in the tropics here. And of course, we're in the 2024 Atlantic storms season, tropical storms, hurricanes, all tropical depressions, tropical systems, tropical this, tropical that. Tropical used to be a great word, but somebody has stolen it from us and they're making it bad.
I have other words for it.
Yeah. But we got a couple things out there right now. One's down in the deep in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Yucatan. It's going to move into, I don't know with what, some winds and some rain, obviously, but it's going to move into the central part of Mexico a little bit later on. Poses, we can call it no threat to the coastal U.S. except for Texas, where it'll bring some rains off to the north of the system. It's not even a storm, it's a system. Then out there in the Atlantic, north of some of the islands down there, island chains, directly off the coast of Florida, way off the coast of Florida right now, hundreds of miles off the coast of Florida, but it's moving northwestward right now. And the predictions are it's going to be turning a little bit more towards the northwest. It's the forecasters this morning, as of 2 o'clock this morning down at the Hurricane Center, said it's east right now, several hundred miles east of the Bahamas, associated with a surface trough at an upper level area of low pressure. Environmental conditions could be conducive for some gradual development of the system during the next few days. While it moves westward or west-northwestward, the system is forecast to approach the coast of the southeastern United States on Friday. The southeastern United States runs from the southern part of Maryland to the tip of the Florida Keys. So somewhere along that region, this is supposed to be approaching. Does it mean it's going to be anything other than some rain? I don't know. Right now, they're not saying. They do say that the chance for any serious development over the next 7 days is very low, 20%.
Right.
In other words, what it is what it is. It's a mass.
Yes.
It's a system, but it's not an organized system. So hopefully, if it's going to happen, bring on some rain, people.
Last I saw last night, it looked like it was going to run parallel to the coast once it made its turn. And I'm like, come close enough to bring us some rain.
Yeah, we need rain.
My yard is brown.
I drove to Charleston yesterday, and it was everywhere was dust and lots of brownness.
Yes. I know if you go out and mow right now, you've got to wear head garment, because, it's so dusty,
It is dusty.
and you just end up wearing all the dirt.
Hazmat suit would be good right about now.
We
Seriously,
can't wear, but you can't wear a full facial mask anymore now.
on your own property.
Yeah,
They're
That's-
not going to
that's
arrest me on
true.
my own property.
that's true. That's
It
true.
would be a bad day.
Yeah, could you see everybody out there? I tell you, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
And there's nothing proposed that would indicate anything like
No.
that's going to happen. I mean,
No.
there are a lot of naysayers and a lot of
Right.
spoofs out there trying
Exactly.
to add stuff to a fire that is not there.
Well, they did adjust that. They amended it where they included the exceptions for the medical type mask.
Yeah, it's not that little cloth mask that's got the American flag on it
Right.
because I love them, but they're
Yes.
not. They don't do anything.
I mean, nothing was ever. People wore them before,
Mhm.
and no one got arrested.
No,
for it.
no.
Went to jail.
There have been very, very few people arrested under the original law. The original law is still in the books. Nobody's
That's
changed
right.
it. It's
Yeah.
never been repealed.
All they did was make an amendment on it.
If you are caught behind a convenience store in the middle of the night putting a mask on, your chances
Mhm.
are you're going to be arrested.
Yes.
Whether you'll be convicted or not, that's one thing. But
Number one,
number
you're
one,
loitering. You're
well,
behind a building.
yeah.
And you're covering your face. Yeah, I'd say you've
And when,
got.
and when they find a gun on you, you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
But it does give them probable cause at
Unless
that
you're
point
in
in
California.
time. Yeah.
Right.
It gives them probable cause at that point in time, gives the law probable cause to do a serious search on you.
Oh, that's right. Probable cause. I mean, there's a lot of elements right there that prove
There
that.
you go.
So,
Okay, moving up to the northeastern part of the state. Boy, I tell you what, that smoke over there, up there, that little wildfire, that little brush fire that they've
Yes.
had going on, it's mostly contained now, but it's burned over 500 acres since it started Sunday afternoon. They had evacuated a large chunk of the folks in the area, suggested they
Mhm.
get out because of the smoke. There's one storage shed that's been burned. There was the potential for other buildings, is what they said, and also for the dense smoke. And so a lot of people did get up and get out. They spent some time out. Most of them came back not too much later. They no injuries reported. Damage, like I said, limited to one shed behind one house, one residence.
well, that's fortunate. I saw on the news last night, but I can't, no, not on the news, but it was on social media. So it's
There's a
not
difference.
been verified yet. But there was another brush fire that broke out over in leaving Richlands going towards Kinsner
Hmm.
off of 258 yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I heard a
So,
call on that last night. I also heard a call a couple of days ago, and I have not seen anything on it. And I don't know exactly where it was. I don't know what county it was in, but it was in eastern North Carolina. That's the best I can tell you. A propane tank went boom.
Ooh.
Small one on Father's Day. So, you got to figure it out. And somebody was airlifted to the burn center.
Oh no.
So I don't know. I haven't seen anything on it, but I do know that it did happen.
Excuse me.
This is dangerous.
That's like, sometimes I get kind of squeamish when I go to light the grill, hit that button, open the propane, hit that button. I'm like, please don't blow up. But you hear stories like that.
Yeah. That's when I find a friend that wants to light it for me. Just
Don't
kidding.
call me.
Just
Oh.
kidding.
Well, great news, Onslow County. Last night, the Onslow County Commissioners passed the new budget.
Yeah.
Vote was 6-1, but it got passed.
Yeah. Yeah. There was some, I guess, some concern over the sheriff's budget and maybe
By just one commissioner.
Yeah, one commissioner wanting to hire a public information officer or something like that.
Right. It was 2 new deputies and a PIO.
Yeah.
And
But I'm going to tell you what, 10 years ago, I strongly suggested at that time that, that's one thing that every law enforcement agency needs these days.
right.
And they actually need somebody who knows how to
Write a story.
not just work 9 to 5.
Has some law enforcement background.
Well, that would be ideal, but
Yes, it would be.
they need to be able to. There's a couple things in a situation like that. You need to know what to say and what not to say.
That's
There-
where the
there-
law enforcement
There are
background
certain
comes in.
things that even in public information releases that for investigative purposes you don't say.
Right.
For instance, police are looking for a guy with a handgun. Okay, why do you need to know that it's a 2.5-inch barrel model 357 Magnum? You don't.
Sounds like mine. Oh,
You don't need to put
Right.
that kind of information out at that point in
Exactly.
time. You can put it out after you arrest the guy. Hey, they found this dude with a 2.5-inch barrel Smith & Wesson
Right.
357 Magnum. They're timing for certain things, and that's for investigative purposes, not trying to hide anything from the public. I understand it. I did as in the media. I understood why they were trying. They need to hold stuff back.
Right.
And in any serious investigation, there are little details because there are, believe it or not, idiots out there who like to come forward and say, I'm the one who done it. Well, what did you do exactly? What kind of clothes were you wearing? And you may know what kind of shoes the guy was wearing. He might not know what kind of shoes the bad guy was wearing. And he'll say, I was wearing my black tennis shoes. Well, okay, you're good to go. Forget it. See ya.
Well, talking about social media, which is a cesspool, we all agree on that when it comes to stories. Just like a good friend of mine calls it book face. But,
I'd call it something else.
yeah, you can take a story and just say, news alert, nobody go near Corbett Street. The 7-Eleven's just been robbed.
Uh-huh.
And you start watching the comments on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It is crazy how the story changes over and over.
And that's the reason that on our Facebook page on several occasions recently, when I posted releases,
Yes.
it's direct release from the police department in one case. And then it went down 30 comments later, all the way down. People were speculating. People said, I know it had to be this. I know it had to be.
And then people bringing up
you
stuff that
hear-
had nothing to do with it.
Did you hear that? And no. Delete. And then occasionally I'm going to block you.
The
When you
15-year-old,
persist in your stupidity.
right. With the 15-year-old that passed away a couple of weeks ago from
the
drowning.
Yep.
I'm not even going to repeat anything that I read, but the comments and, they're doing an investigation. They feel like there was no foul play, criminal
Police
intent.
department has already said that.
But, the comments, and first of all, you don't know if it's true. And second of all, why would you degrade the memory of that child and put stuff, garbage out like that for her family and friends to see?
Yes,
was
especially
garbage.
when it's a 15-year-old who's in school, because you
That's
know
right.
what's going to happen when they get to school.
That's right. I mean, it was garbage. Why do people?
And y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You should just go to the mirror right now and slap yourself in the face, both
Right.
sides.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. That's just like Rayford. You get me on a tangent here because I've seen a lot of things lately and, come to a lot of realizations lately, but I can't, and you see it on social media. It starts there. You see it everywhere you go. People love hurting people.
They do.
And it is just like, if somebody was to tell me something that somebody else said about you that I found was hurtful, I wouldn't go to you and tell you that because I know it would hurt your feelings.
If I had any.
True, but still, I respect you enough that I'm not going to go to
That's
you and
nice.
say, Mike, just told me that blah, 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 and it was hurtful.
And they quite often it's done in this day and time for politicians. It's done for
Yeah,
political
That's the
reasons.
worst time, yes.
The only way some people, whether it's a politician, somebody, a candidate, it's the only way some people, politicians or not, can make themselves look better is to degrade somebody
Right,
else. Whether it's
right.
true or not,
Right.
they can say, bad things about
Mhm.
somebody. And all that does is they make themselves look better.
Yes.
They cannot maintain the same level of dignity as the other people around them. So they have to degrade someone so they think their dignity is amplified. No,
And-
it's not,
and
dude. You're going to be found out.
And you see this every night
Mhm.
on nightly
Oh,
news.
God,
You
yes.
see it with all the political stuff going on, where it's easier, like you said, to take that road rather than get out there and
Mhm.
talk about what we need to do to bring this nation back together again, what we need to do to be able to buy groceries again and gas. And,
let's
lower all
stick
of-
to the topics out there. And,
right.
and the issues when you're dealing with politics. And yes, Joe Biden has got some issues, and therefore some of those issues are going to reflect on how the people should deal with him, right?
Right.
I cannot blame Joe Biden. I've said it time and again and again and again. Watching him, listening to him, reading the reports,
It's sad.
and then I read the other politicians, the opponents' reports, and I'm like, y'all are just in the wrong part of the world. Stick to the facts, Jack. Yes. Is he? Yeah. Is he having problems?
Yes,
We would say yes.
Yes.
Most people would say yes.
I agree.
Will that impact? Will that impact the way he serves this country? Has it impacted the way he serves this country? That is the issue that you have to deal with. This guy named Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Hmm.
He ended up in a wheelchair.
That's right. He still served, didn't he? And he did his job.
Did it impact the way that he served this country?
I don't
Okay.
see that. No.
He had polio.
Right.
He died while he was alive, experiencing those. Did that impact the way he served this country? That's what, and now I know there are people out there that can look back at history and they will make the assumption, because not a whole lot of you were alive when he was president. Probably none of you listening. And you've only heard you've only know what you've heard from your parents, your grandparents, or you've read in history books that may or may not be accurate. But you cannot make those kinds of calls about a guy who's in office right now.
Right.
You do not know. Now, is he making rash decisions? Name one. I don't like the way he's dealing with the immigration system. It's broken.
Yes.
And I don't mean it's broken because we're not allowing a bunch of people in here. I mean, it's broken because we're not enforcing the laws that are on the book. Now,
Right.
but that's not because he's having other issues. That's because that's his political outlook. That's the way he's doing it. Or he and the Democrat National Committee.
I was just going to say that. Do you honestly think
So-
he's the one making all the decisions?
No, of course not. He's not the only
No.
one. No
Right.
politician makes all of the decisions
right.
himself about what he or she does.
Right.
They've got a whole staff of idiots out there to help them.
It's
Sorry.
the truth.
It's the way it is. And, if you go back and look, like when you've been around a long time and you watch some of these and dealt with some of these political folks, hacks, a lot of people in the background, you see them with this particular candidate this year being paid a lot of money
Right.
to put forth things that this guy wants them to say, supposedly. And then you see them in 4 years working for somebody else, doing something similar. In other words, they're professional hacks.
Right.
That's what they're doing. But that's what they're paid for. Hack is not necessarily a bad thing, guys. I'm not saying that, but that's what they're there to do. They're there to move from one politician to the next. They're not in bed with anyone except as long as they're being paid. Duh.
And you know what? I just want to say one, because you just brought up something to mind where sometimes an elected official would get accused of wanting to bend the rules or change the rules to benefit a certain group of people.
Uh-huh.
And people say, well, people of this group has donated in the past to his campaign. That's usually not the case.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these people that are elected and they get donations from corporations or businesses or whatever, a lot of money that they raise, because they campaign the whole time they're in office, and a lot of money that they raise doesn't actually go into their campaign. It goes into their campaign finance, of course, but then in turn it goes into like your Freedom Caucus, the Republican Freedom Caucus, just like the Democrats have one in it, or your judges bank. It goes into supporting their judicial system or different things like that. So
Sure.
Just because you see somebody's name on your that has contributed to somebody, and you may not like that person, or it may be a pharmaceutical company that has donated. Let's just pick somebody out. Let's say Greg Murphy, he's a doctor. Say a pharmaceutical company donated to him. That doesn't mean they're buying votes.
If I was running for office, the chances are I would find somebody like, because I like Sig Sauer handguns.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I would probably find somebody at the Sig Sauer folks who would gladly give me some money to run.
Right.
Oh, I got no problem with that, as long as they're not trying to buy a vote or buy my vote.
Right.
As long as they're not trying to convince me to do it their way if it disagrees with my way.
Right.
My way is going to be kind of hard to make me change. I'm kind of stubborn.
Well, you can
that's the way it is.
pick an elected official, go in there and check out his campaign finances. It's all public record.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be surprised at the type of people that donate. I mean, I've donated before. Do I expect that to call up that politician, that elected official, and say, I donated, so you need to do this?
I was in
No.
the media for so long that I have never donated to anybody, any campaign, no political campaign whatsoever.
Right, right.
Okay. I could not afford to, because all of that would be traceable.
Right.
If I had donated to Sam Jones, who's running for county commissioner, I would have had to donate to Jim Jackson's, who's also running for county commissioner. And I mean, that could get expensive.
Yeah.
And I do know of some state employees. I know one especially, and he's pointed out any number of others, who would contribute to both political campaigns equally. For instance.
Well, I don't
That
have
way,
a
when it
problem.
came time for he could say, look, they would check him
Right,
out.
right.
This campaign would check him out to see if his name was on the list. They wouldn't go to this POTUS campaign and check it out. See, that's what I would be doing, just to see if this guy was just buttering me up and also buttering the other guy up in case the other guy won.
Right.
That's the way it would be.
Well, there are groups and there are political action PACs that, center in on one particular elected official because they like that person. They
Sure.
like what he does. It doesn't mean that they're buying votes.
Nope. Not it. Sometimes they just support him because they think that they're the best person for the job, or they like the work that they've done in the past, or work that they think they can do in the future. I got it. I understand. We're going to have to take a break
Yes, we
to
do.
today's severe weather tip, sponsored by Jacksonville's premier Generac generator dealer, John Stars Electric. We've all heard the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Nothing could be more accurate when you, regardless of how tough you think you are told that it would be wise to take your Go Pack and find a safe location. The experts will not issue an evacuation unless conditions pose a severe risk of injury or death. Do not be surprised if those who live in mobile homes or those staying in campgrounds and RVs are the first to be told to get out. In the event of a hurricane with strong winds and the likelihood of strong surf and a wall of water coming ashore, those living along the beachfronts will be given early warnings. Duh. Prepare in advance. It's never too early. The essentials you'll need to get you through a week or more. At the start of the hurricane season, we're now in the 18th day of the 2024 season, it's wise to at least identify and know where important papers and other items that are irreplaceable are located so you can grab and run should you have to evacuate. Hurricanes and other severe weather situations are not the only time that evacuation orders may be given. In the event of a gas leak, an out-of-control woods fire, we just saw that over the weekend, or even an emergency in an apartment complex like a fire or a mobile home park, emergency personnel will order evacuations. Under those conditions, you will have a limited amount of time to take action. No major advance warnings. Again, best to have a plan and emergency items packed and ready to go. If we're as lucky as we were last year, we will dodge the wrath of any hurricanes that should form this year. Best always, though, to plan for the worst and hope for the best. Without a plan, you'll find yourself panicking in the event of a tropical storm or hurricane. If you have a freezer, especially if it's a chest type or deep freezer, if it appears that this area is in harm's way, Turn your freezer to its coldest setting. You notice I did not say up or down. That confuses people. Turn it to its coldest setting.
Okay.
Level out the packs of food in the freezer. Make that whole freezer even, level across it. If you even think you may have to leave, you might want to get rid of your ice cream. Eat it if you want to.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll have a stash of empty milk jugs or empty soft drink bottles around. Fill them with water and place them on top of the food in your freezer. That water will freeze. It will take up a lot of space. Air is hard to keep cold, by the way, so just fill that thing up with frozen stuff. And the cold air generated by the ice will help keep your food frozen for a longer period of time after the power goes out. If you live in a house that is yours, hey, knock, knock, you should consider a standby Generac generator from John Stars Electric. No doubt you've thought about it before, so this might be the year to bite the bullet. If your power goes out, your generator will power up and you don't even have to be in this country. That will keep your freezers from shutting down. Give the team a call at 910-989-1908. This should be the time to power up your life with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric. We'll be back in a moment with the complete weather forecast. Don't go too far from your radio.
97.1 WSME. Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, Holly Ridge.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. The first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
For you folks on Facebook and YouTube watching this, though, I wasn't going crazy. I'm already there. So anyway, the Marine Outlook is a courtesy of Community Prevention Services with a staff of counselors who have experience in issues that create less stress and anxiety. There's really no reason whatsoever not to reach out for a little help if you think you need it. If you or a member of your family is having problems coping with the stresses that are affecting days, Community Prevention Services wants to help. That your problems, something that you may think doesn't affect anyone else, it does. You're wrong. The team seldom hears of a new problem. That's good, and it's bad. It's bad because the problems you're having may be widespread. Good because the counselors have experience with the same issues. So many people have thoughts every day. This is bad. Feeling they have no way out. They're trapped. That's the way they feel. Not sure why North Carolina ranks so high across the country with us feeling that way, but it's a fact. You're not alone. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't hesitate to see a medical doctor if you break your leg, would you? Wouldn't you go find somebody to fix you?
Oh, yes.
Otherwise, it doesn't get better.
That's right.
Why would you even think about not seeking help with issues that impact your life and those around you every day? Pick up the phone. Call Community Prevention Services 910-353-0972. They won't tell a soul. The counselors never talk. You'll be happy to know that they accept most insurance plans as well. Call them today for more information or to make an appointment. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, 4-foot waves from the east every 6 seconds, sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5, sounds and rivers a moderate chop again. Pretty much the same thing on Thursday, easterly winds 10 to 15, 3 to 5 footers, sounds and rivers a moderate chop, and it's going to be hot.
Okay, yes, it is hot. Okay, today sunny with a high near 86, light east wind increasing 6 to 11 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 18 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 66. Wednesday, Juneteenth. Mostly sunny with a high near 85, east wind 6 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, a low of 66. Thursday, sunny with a high near 89.
Juneteenth. That's tomorrow.
Juneteenth. That's tomorrow.
Okay. Tell us all about it.
Well, it's a celebration in
something
honor.
that started many years ago.
Yes. God, see, I don't have the dates in my head.
Right after the Civil War.
Right. To honor the release of the slaves and.
That's when they first got the information in some parts of the country that,
it's a holiday
had abolished slavery.
To celebrate the ending of slavery in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The holiday's name is a portmanteau, is that right? Of the words June and 19th.
Yep.
That's why it's called Juneteenth.
Yep. Close enough.
Right.
I understand that. My. Let's see here. There's so much that was going on, so much I didn't get to yesterday because I wasn't here. What is it with Michigan? at a splash pad weekend event. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
A nut with a gun goes on a rampage. He shot and wounded 9 people, including 2 kids. An 8-year-old was shot in the head. At his home, he died of a self-inflicted wound. Witness that the as yet unidentified man, I'm sure he's been identified, we just don't know his name, drove to the splash pad, got out of his car, and began firing randomly. He then walked back to his car and drove away. They don't have a motive.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the last I heard on that was they think it was just entirely random.
That's what it looked like.
He just pulled up, started shooting, and left.
Couldn't be spur of the moment too much, I don't think. Police don't really care if you use the excuse. You ready? They've heard them all, right? And they're hearing more and more these days this excuse. But officer, I had my Tesla in the automatic driving mode when it ran into your police cruiser while it was parked at a wreck scene. Yep. That's one of the growing number of such incidents involving both police and fire units. The latest crash is still under investigation, but police say the California driver's conduct is a clear violation of responsible driving practices and California law. I didn't know they had responsible anything in California, but that's beside the point.
Isn't that what Madison Cawthorn did not long ago in Florida?
In this case, the driver had activated the assisted driving mode, or whatever they call it, automatic pilot perhaps, while he made phone calls. The police unit was parked, its emergency lights flashing away, while the officer was investigating the wreck. Apparently, the Tesla system doesn't recognize blue lights as a problem, and the car plowed into the cruiser. The officer and nor the other folks around the were hurt. Nobody was hurt. Good. I've got the perfect defense. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Here's the defense that if I was one of those ambulance chasing lawyers, this is what I would say. Your Honor, this was out of the hands of my client. You see, the federal government has mandated the use of ethanol fuel in passenger cars. As you know, you may not know, ethanol can contain from 10 to 15% alcohol. So, Your Honor, the car was not his fault. The blame lies with the government's requirement that 20 to 30 proof fuel be required, and that liquored up car is impacting the performance of the computerized brain controlling the car. Your Honor, I rest my case. What do you think?
No words.
Judge Henry, I don't think it'll work.
I don't think so either. But
It might in California.
I just found something, and this is going to floor you.
Okay.
Remember, I had mentioned Madison Cawthorn's name, and in case anyone's listening, they don't know who he was. He's former U.S. Congressman from North Carolina.
Right.
And anyway, since leaving Congress, he's had a lot of brushes with the law, mainly driving. And this last one, he ran into the back end of a highway patrolman on the interstate, had no driver's license, or was driving while license suspended. He didn't show up for his court date.
That's 2.
And they arrested him for that. But no, hang on to this. Madison Cawthorn, and this is just came out, private citizen and disgraced former North Carolina congressman, was sworn in as an honorary sheriff's Southwest Florida last week, a distinction apparently bestowed in spite of his spotty record with law enforcement. You're not saying anything.
I don't. First of all, I did not know that any place had an honorary sheriff, could be sworn in as an honorary deputy sheriff anywhere. Does that give him the power of arrest? Can he tote a gun? Is he given a badge? I'm assuming this is like the Sheriff's Association, which has no powers.
The former lawmaker crowed that the Lee County Sheriff's Office puts the spirit of God into those who wish ill on our community. And I'm excited to serve.
Bless his heart. I see more problems coming.
Oh, my. Oh, and oh my
Lord
gosh.
of mercy. Let's take a break. Y'all want to chat? We got plenty of time this morning. 910-333-0139. Tim,
Help.
I drove 450 miles yesterday in North Carolina and South Carolina. Tim, my hat's off to you, sir. I don't know how you do it every day. I just don't get it. 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk, and we'll be right back.
From 97.1.
Howdy peeps. The Richlands Piggly Wiggly is back again this week with some sizzling deals for Dad. Grab some T-bone steaks for $8.99 a pound and throw them on the grill. It will definitely leave a smile on your dad's face. Get you some whole boneless pork loin for $1.99 a pound. Now that's a deal. Add to cart. We have some fresh Athena cantaloupes for $2.99. Now, why was the farmer mad at his wife? Because she said they can't elope. But our fresh cantaloupes are sure to cheer him up. Get you some local North Carolina grown blueberries, 2 pints for $5, and make Dad a delicious blueberry cobbler. That's all for this week, folks. Get to shopping at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly and stay piggy.
Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans choose from and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections staff and finance. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387, or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulahville, on your way to and from the beach. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blend the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certifications. So, Whether it's a battery, a simple load, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway. Call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corliss Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. Jamie, where are you? 910-333-0139. Anybody want to chat this morning? Get in line. Kelly is not going to make it in. She's
get well.
she was
Kelly.
trying, but she had a little bit of a relapse. Had to go back home. You've heard about Trump's plan about getting rid of taxes on tips, right?
No, honestly.
Oh
I
yeah,
have not.
oh yeah. For those folks there who get tips, he wants to eliminate income tax on them. At first glance, it seems like Trump's plan is appealing to a lot of folks. That might be good. Of course, that plan will be considered if he's elected again to be president. If he's elected and only. Here's the rub that I have. Here's my take. At a club where he was celebrating his 78th birthday, Trump encouraged people like you and me, right now, he's not president, to write no tip on their receipts. I'm assuming this is the cashier's receipt and not a credit card receipt. If it's done on a credit card receipt, the customer doesn't leave a tip, cash tip, then the server is out of luck. He doesn't get anything. He or she doesn't get anything, right?
Correct.
So I'm not sure if Trump meant exactly what he said or not, if he thought this through. Still not sure how that would work. Kind of confusing. Are the tips left by credit card the only ones the servers and others use to file tax returns? I've known a lot of servers over the years. Okay, I know that they've confided, restaurants and whatever, they've confided that they prefer cash, obviously. Credit cards, yes. Here's a couple of things that happen with some credit card receipts, okay? First of all, their restaurant will take a certain percentage, whatever that fee is for that tip that's left, to cover the fee for the credit card fee, right?
Right.
So if you leave $10, a $10 tip, and the credit card, whatever the company they use is 3.5%, which is kind of common. They'll take 3.5% off of that $10, and some restaurants will even take a handling charge off of it, and then give the server what's left. That's the way it does work. Either way, a former and perhaps future president should not be complicit in encouraging Americans not to pay taxes. That's not right. Don't you agree? If so, if IRS investigators start paying extra attention to servers, if this becomes the case, if they start paying extra attention to servers, discover illegal actions on the servers' parts, could Trump be held responsible? He is for everything else that's related to the federal government.
It's a huge argument. Let me tell you,
It looks bad.
You've probably done this too. We've all probably done it. When you're in a restaurant and you get an extraordinary server.
Yeah.
I will, when it comes time to pay a bill before she leaves the table, I might take a nice, a $20 bill or something like that and fold it up and just put it in her hand and say, here, so she doesn't have to report it.
Yeah, well, she's supposed to report it to the Internal Revenue Service, okay? Because that's illegal. And if you just know, it looks bad, and it's a perfect opportunity for the White House, they control the IRS, to create too many problems. And what about those stripper dollars out there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about. I can see a Strippergate investigation coming to a strip club near you. Good morning. Who's this?
It's Bill. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Bill, what's up?
I know they used to always, not always, but depending on the restaurants, they would say, a lot of times they just say and add a gratuity at the bill. and as a part of the bill. And I can see that being taxed, and that, I guess all of it used to always be taxed anyway.
It's supposed to be taxed, but they don't take the taxes out of it. They give you a part of your reporting that they give you every year.
It's like it used to be with labor
You're
charges.
supposed to report it that you've made the income, and that the tax, and if it's covered by taxes that are taken out of your pay and other stuff you've done anyway, then that's that. But I know that's always been an issue, I guess, and a lot of times they pull your tips too. You have businesses that will pull all of, like, the waitresses, the waiters, the bus boys.
Yeah, they all get to share. Sometimes they all get to share in the tip that the waitress gets. And to me, to be honest with you, the cook, the bus boys, the servers, all of those folks should share in those tips. Let's just say you go to a restaurant that the waitress has to go up to the bar, drink. If you're ordering an alcoholic beverage, has to do that. Who gets the tip for that? The waitress. Should they share those tips? That's up to policy. I've never been in that position.
And there's been a lot of bars, and there's a lot of restaurants that there's not a continuity to it. It's up to the owner of the business.
It is
how they handle tips, and when you're employed by them, that you agree to that. And the waitresses usually always get the tips. The bus boys, the maitre d's, the others that are there. Unless it's arranged that it's a shared thing, and that's in their agreement. So it'll be interesting. Again, he always likes to make things interesting.
Yeah, always. All right, we got to go. We got to pay some. Got to pay some bills, and we don't get tips for it. You're live on local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control, with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard, by phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint it, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We're back. Live and local real talk.
Fast commercial.
Yeah, it was. Fast commercial break. We got time. Yeah, I'm going to do this one. Politics brings out the best in those who serve, right?
Most
Not
of the time.
always.
Most
Not
of the time. I
always.
would say the majority of the time.
Take the wannabe in Texas running for a Fort Bend Precinct 3 commission seat. He has revealed racist comments made about him ostensibly from supporters of his Republican opponent. An investigation was launched last October, a Texas Rangers investigation. Yay. Ended up with the arrest of Terrell Patel, a Democrat. His opponent, incumbent Republican Commissioner Andy Myers, requested the investigation. Seems like Patel has spent many months sending a stream of racist and derogatory comments to himself, impersonating a supporter of his opponent. Yep. So I'm running for office against you, an incumbent. So I send a bunch of emails with racist comments from supposedly an unknown persons or persons to me, about how much of a racist that I am, and I spread all the word about.
I've seen it done. I've seen it done.
Yeah. And then you get caught at it
Absolutely.
by the Texas Rangers, no less.
That's not
This
good.
guy proves you do not have to be smart to run for political office. He used a picture of a real Fort Bend residence as his profile picture that he created a fake profile for on the fake messages, all without the individual's consent. He used another guy, just picked randomly some dude from the area's picture. He's been arrested, charged with online impersonation and misrepresentation of identity. What do you think his chances of being elected are? None. Well, I take that back. I'm going to go out on a limb and bet this guy won't win the commission seat. I don't think so. He's running against an incumbent.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well,
Better to take him down now than to have to deal with him if he managed to snooker the voters and actually gets elected. We've seen that happen right here in Onslow County.
in this
North
county,
Carolina.
we just had that happen, and that's the first time I have seen that happen locally.
Yep. Hope it'll be the only time.
Well, then and again, thinking back to 2016, we did have a couple incumbents on both the school board and the county commissioners that got knocked out. But the tactics, there were not the tactics used like you're talking about. But yeah, it's
Things can happen.
I worked for somebody from another area during a campaign, and that person's opponent, I was really shocked at the lengths this person went to try to discredit the person I was working for by putting out lies, even going as far as taking his campaign literature that was, if she saw somebody walking up to the polls with campaign literature from this other person, she would grab it from their hands and say, he lied about this, and scratch on his flyer. Saw it with my own eyes. And there was another person also running for the same seat that this person was continuously calling the law on her, telling them that she was standing out in the street stopping cars. It was just craziness. It was crazy, but she won.
Yeah, well, and then I saw some complaints. I heard some complaints on one of the outlets I was listening to yesterday on my travels about people blocking traffic.
Yes.
At locations, not running for office, but for some of their protests.
Well, Kelly talked about that yesterday. It happened down there at Surf City, I believe it was, over the weekend.
And we've seen it here out there at Western and Country Club.
Yeah.
I when I stopped there for a red light, I can't imagine these people wanting to walk up and talk to me. No, I don't want anyone approaching my car. I feel I go on the defensive right away because I don't know who you are, and I don't care who you are. I don't care what your positions are. I don't care about your plight in society. I don't care. Do you understand? I'm in my car, and if you approach my car, I consider you an offender and a danger.
Right.
Prepare
you
thyself.
don't know who's approaching you.
You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Homeland Security says it's to keep the American family together. Families of illegal migrants confirming President Biden will take action today to give work permits and a path to legal status for illegal migrants who've been here over 10 years, are married to U.S. citizens. Sweeping new policy covers about 500,000 people here illegally. The Parole in Place program for those who qualify would keep them from being deported and make a path to citizenship. New figures shared with Fox show ICE agents each expected to oversee 7,000 cases of migrants applying for asylum. Summer solstice comes Thursday afternoon, but some are already setting up a heat dome across the Midwest, Great Lakes, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic.
With the humidity, it's going to feel, 100 plus. Potential record highs today for D.C., for Syracuse, for Hartford.
America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay. Real Talk. And we're just talking politics behind the scenes here and off mic, and probably best we keep it off mic sometimes.
Yeah, well, this is just somebody going after someone in here in North Carolina that's running for, we'll just say governor.
Yeah.
Another story.
Yeah. Oh, well, we got a caller. Good morning.
Deplorables, how you doing?
Where have you been? I've checked the hospital. I checked everything. I did not. Did you forget your cell phone? Did you not pay it? Or did you go to Greece?
What are you trying to jinx me? I mean, good health, you jinxer.
No, I'm not. Did you go to Greece or something?
No, I didn't go anywhere.
Oh, okay. By the way, you should come by here from time to time. I've in the wee morning hours, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, the ham bands have been open, and I've been talking to some guys in Greece from time to time.
Good for you. Good people.
Yeah, they are. All the hams are good people.
Yeah.
What's up?
So you're talking about the splash pad this morning.
Yes.
Where the guy, so you're wondering why people have mental problems. And this one guy living in America has nothing better than 45-year-old to get up and go shoot some kids. Tell me now, at that splash pad, where do you think mentally, all those kids that were there and the people that use that, what did happen to them today?
Oh, it's going to be traumatic, and you know they will all need counseling. I can tell you that. But you know,
Exactly. Did you know that up to now there was over 200 mass shootings in this country?
How do you
over 200 already?
how do you determine what a mass shooting is?
Come on, stop BSing me now.
No.
You know what a mass shooting is? We discussed it the other time.
I'm serious.
Okay?
How many?
2 or 3 people, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, here's an 8-year-old now, is in critical condition. His mother is in critical condition. Okay?
Yep.
And you had over 600, I think, mass shootings, okay, last year. And you're going as far the way you're going right now, you're going to have the same thing right now. How do you expect America to live when kids can't go to school? They're afraid to go to school. They're afraid to go to concerts. They're afraid to go to any gathering because of these guns passed all over to these nutcases.
Well, let's control the nutcases. You know
How
what?
are you going to do that? Do it then. Do it. Don't just say it. Do it. How are you going to do it?
I have promoted that fact time and again and again and again and again. We have people out there on the left who do not want to infringe upon the rights of nutcases. Seriously. Yeah, we do.
Okay, so now you got a mental problem. We talked about the guns back in 2011 when the show first started. You were promoting guns, promoting Second Amendment, promoting guns, and now you have a problem. Even Kelly said yesterday that in Durham, they got shootings, they got this, and that's a crime. In Raleigh, it's going to come here. You're going to have it here. It's just a matter of time.
We seem to be able, Theo, to be able, our law enforcement seems to be able to control this a whole lot better than they're controlling it elsewhere. Really? Yeah.
That's not what Ernest Lee said he was last time he was there. He said crime was up. Everything was up.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
How many mass shootings have we had here?
Anyway.
So's groceries.
Listen, Kelly. I mean, not Kelly, Lee.
Kelly and Lee's not here. This is Alice.
Yeah. Lee, is it possible that you can? I like to see 2 people come in the show, and those 2 people are. Can you get the manager of the Heinz Farm? I like to know how the Heinz. There was a lot of people didn't want the Heinz Farm. I want to know how the Heinz Farm is doing and what's the future for it, if it's making any money. Is it possible you can get the manager in there to explain
I think we've
to us?
had them in here.
Yeah, we've had the commissioners in here have talked about it. The county manager, he's going to be coming soon. He's going to be coming soon. He wanted to get through the budget, and they signed it last night. Great budget. But he'll be on soon. But you can either watch or go to a meeting. You'll learn a lot.
Who will?
You.
No, who's going to be here soon?
Our county manager will be here, who has all of the facts and figures for that the Heinz Farm and for everything else in the county.
Why
too.
is everybody
He's got all
so
the numbers.
concerned over Heinz Farm?
No, I want the manager in there. I want to ask you the manager questions. That these guys.
That's what we're talking
sugarcoat
about.
Everything. These guys sugarcoat. And there's one more person I'd like you to get in here if you can. The other person, I heard a sponsor last week of single wide and double wide trailers.
Okay.
Is it from Beulahville? Is it possible you can get somebody from there or the manager to come in and talk about that? Because, there's shortage of homes, but I think he has some good points about single wides and double wides.
Yeah, I know where you're
afford.
talking about. Yeah, I'll try to get up with him.
Well,
the
so
only
let's see if he
problem
wants to
is,
come in.
yeah, we'll do
that
that.
would be nice. I like to let us know when he's coming in so I can listen to it and bring him around 8:00 where I'm home.
Okay.
Let me see if you can answer this question for me. What's the leading cause of death in the United States for people of ages 1 through 54?
What is it?
No, you tell me. What's the leading cause of death in the United States for people ages 1 to 54?
I don't know right now. Tell me.
Car crashes.
So what does that mean? So do we because it's car crashes, we forget about the other stuff that kills people?
Absolutely not.
Should we?
you
What we should do to cars? I mean, we've done everything we can, but we still can't control drivers. I was on the highway for 451 miles yesterday.
For that.
I was on the highway for 451 miles yesterday. I took my life in my own hands. I'll tell you what, just driving.
Okay. Did you see any accidents? Did you see a splash pad that wounded 9 people? at one time. Did you see that? Did you see a car going through anywhere and kill anybody?
Did not see one going. The potential was there for every one of them that I saw. My God.
So you got millions of cars on the road, so you have so many accidents. But when you have a gun in a case like yesterday, go and shoot all those people, you're going to have mental problems all over this country. Okay, you're going to need more doctors. Okay? Now, let me ask you one thing. I heard you the other day say that the softball game was won by Republicans. Don't worry
it was a baseball game, but go ahead.
It was a baseball game. It was great. They both sides did great.
This is the game you should worry about. 81 to 91. That's the game that's interesting. Okay? You know the score. Let's rock.
Can't we just have a little bit of fun?
All right.
Can't we enjoy baseball games?
Listen, the Republicans and the the Republicans and the Democrats last week, they got out there, they buried the hatchet and not in each other's backs.
They hugged each other.
And they had some fun.
Fine. And you were better that day and you won. I'm not going to no dispute over that.
I didn't win anything. I wasn't there.
And all this was a fundraiser for charity.
Yeah.
I'm saying, to me, it wasn't that important. I didn't even watch it. But the game I'm watching is in another 4 months. 81 to 91, buddy.
Okay, well, let's wait and see.
Okay. Okay. So you just have a good day.
Go have yourself a nice tea.
Thank you, Theo.
Take care.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I need a nice tea. Gee. Well, I mean, I understand what he's saying, but it's not just guns. And guns is only a tool. It's a tool. I mean,
it's no different than a car. It's no different than a truck driving down the highway. I mean, I saw state troopers yesterday with 2 different trucks, big trucks pulled over, probably safety violations. I don't know because that's what they generally do. I know they were writing them, but it happens. Not everybody's perfect.
Well, I just want on the average, 3,287 people die a day in car wrecks.
Mm-hmm.
See, I almost said accidents.
There's no such thing.
Almost said it.
Hey, Timmy, what's up?
Oh, man, my buddy Theo got to come on and talk about the gun.
I think his blood pressure went up.
Yeah, blood
Theo.
pressure. Yeah, it's just, and when you brought up the thing about the car crashes, it made me think about, because we as truck drivers, we catch so much slack.
You certainly do.
So much slack out
You
here.
should catch a lot of it.
We do, and we
I'm
do.
just
We
kidding.
have to do all. I mean, we're unskilled labor, but we have to have a special license and a health card to do it. That's crazy.
Yep.
But and you've got truck drivers out here who work for organizations like county and state. They don't even have to have a physical,
Yeah.
and they should. I really think they should. And they're imposing now. They check your sugar diabetes. And your A1C has to be a certain level or lower, you can't drive. That is new. But anyway, talking about the mental illness part, people, mental illness. But you remember, Rayford, Lee, you remember we had Dix Hill, which is Dorothea Dix Hospital.
Yes.
We had Cherry Hospital.
Yeah.
And we don't have things like that anymore. So now they're out on the street because they ain't got nowhere to go. And they had their pros and cons. What is Caswell? Looks like Caswell School in Kenton. Is it still open?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I'm going to go back to 1970 something.
Okay.
Paul Buchanan's listening, probably.
Yeah.
He was a deputy sheriff at the time. The county called me because they didn't have anybody to go and do what needed to be done. And down towards Swansboro, where a guy had eaten dinner with his brother and his brother's wife. And the guy had just been released from a facility. And he got up, went to a room, got a pistol, came back, and shot his brother to death.
Mercy.
Then he took the dead brother's wife, led highway patrol and others on a high-speed chase through parts of Onslow County, shot at the highway patrolman, came back to the same location down a dirt road near Swansboro. Everybody's in pursuit. I'm about 5-6 car lengths behind. I didn't know what was going on, except I was just go down to do something for the sheriff's office, and that was at the original crime scene. I didn't have any clue what was going on. And then suddenly a pickup truck stops in the middle of this little one-lane dirt strip, and the car spins out behind him. The guy in the pickup truck gets out, and the guy in the car, the bad guy, he gets out and he shoots the other man dead.
Yeah.
He fires at one of the deputy sheriffs, well, several people, but he hit one of the deputy sheriffs, grazed his forehead, had several pellets in him. That was Mr. Buchanan, good friend of mine at the time and now. And this guy has not served a day in prison.
Yeah.
You know why? Here's the paperwork that came out.
Why?
About him. He had just been released, and the wording was, I'm going to get it as close to exact as possible. Yeah. He's been treated, and we are going to release him back into society to see how he performs.
Yeah. Well, he showed him.
He did.
Wow.
But and it's just crazy. I mean, and they talk about the guns and car crashes and people cutting each other's throats and people, it's crazy. And when I went to school, we had our shotguns in the gun rack.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we had shooting clubs. We would go out deer hunting after school. We would bring our dog, and we had a water hose. It was a spigot right outside the principal's window. And at break time, we would run out there and make sure the dogs had water, because we would leave there and go dog hunting. And the principal would go out there and smoke him a cigarette out in the parking lot, and he'd go out there and look at the dogs, make sure they had water. And if they didn't have water, if they turned the water over or something, he would go back in there, and he knew who it was, and he'd call them over the intercom, you need to come to the office. And he said, your water turned over in your dog. Oh, okay. I mean, that's just what we did.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you, how many mass school shootings do you recall while we were in school? Either at schools or anywhere? Remember any?
We didn't have any, because I remember, and I'm not picking on Yankees, but a Yankee crowd come down, moved in, and they went home and told their parents, these people's got gun racks and got guns in their truck. And they couldn't believe it, and they went to the principal's office. And the principal at the time, he's gone now, and he told me, he said, guarantee you won't have any problem at this school.
That's right.
Because if somebody comes in here, these kids are out and getting their guns and blow their heads off. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what he said. So
common
you take
sense.
it for what it's worth. Say, I love it. You're right. It was common sense. And we had gun safety classes. We had gun safety law in school.
Mm-hmm.
We had them all the way back in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Yeah. At one time, they had shooting classes in schools, and they can't even get a BB gun to go do that with anymore, which is a total shame.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But that's just what society has brought. And I'm not picking on anybody moving in, not knowing our ways, because we still dog hunt. I don't anymore. I don't even hunt anymore. But we still dog hunt people.
Yeah, well,
that's the cruelest thing you can do. And I used to laugh about
Let me explain to the outsiders what that is. That does not mean you're out hunting dogs. That means you're out there letting your dogs look for animals and bring them to you or chase them to you. Right? That's what it is. Okay.
Right. And the cool thing about that, we would have Marines come out. We couldn't do that back home, and they talked so much against it. And instead of down them, why don't you come with us? Go get you a 3-day hunting pass and come with us. And they would. And we would set them up at a stand. And if the deer come out, they could shoot them. And they'd hear the dogs coming, so the deer's coming. And they would go out and they would buy dogs. They just loved it. They would go fox hunting, deer hunting, coon hunting, they would get crazy, and they'd call back home. You got to come and try this. This is the funnest thing we've ever done.
Well, a lot of people like to go. I had a great uncle in his group. They were down in South Carolina. They always hunted with dogs, and they would go out there to listen to the dogs.
Yeah.
They would just go to listen to the dogs. It was one of the greatest sounds for them. Okay.
Oh, we loved it because you could pick out your dog. Oh yeah, I hear Brummy out there. I hear so and so. Yeah, he's in the lead. I guarantee you, he's
Yeah.
the lead.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
go set up and watch them cross, and which they have field trials now where they go out with fox dogs and deer dogs running, and they get judged on it, and it's a big deal. But now people are trying their best, especially in this county, Dauphin County, and other counties, trying to outlaw. And they're trying their best to outlaw. And they eventually will win because there's so many coming in here now against it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I hate it for them
Well,
because it's a big business.
It is. Okay. All right, let's go take
All right,
pay
I'm
a
gonna get
couple
out
bills.
of
Thank
here.
you, sir.
Enjoy yourself.
Bye, Tim.
All right. Bye-bye, y'all.
Yeah, we'll do a
Bye,
little
honey.
weather, and then we'll be back after these series commercials a little more. And if you want to chat, now is your time. 910-333-0139. I think we have a call holding. Just hang in there. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
The excitement of baseball has arrived in Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Ospreys Summer Collegiate Baseball Team. Playing their games in inaugural season at Jack Elliott Park in Jacksonville. Bring your family and friends. Catch the fun with games, promotions, and special events. Grab season passes, online tickets, and game times at JacksonvilleOspreys.com. Tickets just $10 at the gate. This summer, swing on over and score some fun with your own Jacksonville Ospreys. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, your
Marine Outlook.
Brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville with a staff of counselors. They have experience in issues that create stress and anxiety for all of us. There's really no reason you should not reach out for a little help. If you or a member of your family or friend, if you're having problems coping with the stresses that are affecting more and more people every day, Community Prevention Services wants to help you. You can bet that your problems, something that you may think doesn't affect anyone else, yeah, you're wrong. They do. Your problems are the same problems that other people have. There's no doubt about it. The team seldom hears of anything new. There's nothing new under the sun as far as they're concerned. That's good, but it's also bad. It's bad because the problems you're having may be getting more widespread. Good because the counselors have experience with those issues and they can help you. So many people have thoughts every day feeling they have no way out. Some of those thoughts are horrendous. Not sure why North Carolina ranks so high across the country with us feeling that way, but it's a fact. You're not alone. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't hesitate to see a medical doctor if you break your leg, break your arm, fall down and hurt your head, get a hematoma. You'd go see a doctor for that one in a heartbeat.
Most
Many people go
definitely.
see a doctor if they get a splinter in their finger.
Yeah.
Why would you not even think? Why would you even think about not seeking help with issues that impact your life every day? Same thing. Pick up the phone. Call Community Prevention Services at 910-353-0972. They won't tell a soul. They never talk. You'll be happy to know that they accept most insurance plans. Call them today for more information or to make an appointment. And again, 910-353-0972. Offshore today, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, 4-foot waves from the east every 6 seconds, sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Wednesday and Thursday is identical. Easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, sounds and rivers a moderate chop each day.
And today is sunny with a high near 86, a light east wind increasing 6 to 11 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 18 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 66. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 85. East wind 6 to 11 miles per hour with gust as high as 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny with a high near 89. And Friday, sunny with a high near 92.
Okay, back for round two. Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill, you there?
I'm sorry.
Calling just you had brought up a personal situation in your life where your son had been pulled over and arrested for erratic driving.
Did I bring up a personal situation?
Well, someone last week using your name did.
I don't even have a son.
Anyway, it was said that, you're saying that your son had been pulled over. You got a courtesy call from the department saying that they arrested your son for erratic driving. He didn't blow any kind of zero alcohol.
That was a staffer.
And
That was a photographer that worked for me at WECT. I don't have a son.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But anyway, I guess the situation being like well, I can't remember. Tim had called to say that, drivers have to make sure they get a physical every year if you're a CDL holder, and they test you. Should they test you for diabetes, etc.? But in a case like that, where do you know if the man then had his son get a physical to see if he had diabetes or a other kind of situation, thyroid or something else kicking up? And if that's, would that be something the police would suggest to say to the people?
Yeah, well, not unless there's some extenuating circumstances. There were none in this case. He was just doing the little, some people just drive, not speeding, not doing anything else, just maybe not paying attention. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're out on the highway. I assume you've been out that time of night and seen some people just driving somewhat lackadaisical, shall we say, maybe even driving too slow. And this guy, he probably had no medical issues because he had just gotten out of the Navy, and I'm sure they would have shown up somewhere. He had no medical issues whatsoever that we know about.
Yeah, it might have been just he hadn't driven. I mean, if you're on a ship all the time, you don't drive a car.
Yeah, I don't know where he was, but anyway, he was a good photographer, but he just, he did not. He just kind of drove, okay. Well, I don't know. Is there people like that? I've seen them before.
Yeah, might have been.
Now, can they cause a crash? Yes, they could cause a crash, but that just means they're bad drivers. There are people who are bad drivers. What can I say?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought, and again, it sort of spurred the question there with after Tim had brought up, how commercial drivers had to get physicals and if they had diabetes or something.
Commercial drivers drive a lot. They're on the road and they got these things called big trucks. You got to understand. They can cause a lot of damage going down the highway if they lose control or go out of control or they have a medical issue under the wheel, kind of like airline pilots. Duh. You would certainly like your airline pilot to be very healthy, right? And you dang sure want them to be sober, right?
I hope so.
Because there are things that can happen in a plane or things that can happen in a big truck that can cause extensive damage and death to a lot of people in a heartbeat. So those are the things that he's talking about, I guess. What he also mentioned is that those people, he says, who drive for a county government or local government, they don't necessarily have to have the same rules, follow the same rules as far as their health is concerned. I don't know that. I guess they don't have to have the licenses, but they don't have to follow the same rules. I'm sure Tim's right. I don't know.
Yeah,
but should they?
I know
if they're driving big trucks, if they're driving big trucks just like a commercial driver, they probably should have to abide by the same rules. Restrictions.
Yeah, I know they used to do that in the military because again, you have tractor trailers and stuff there, and people would try to impose the same thing and say, "Here it is, the situation you drive night and day for days end, non-stop," and that would, like as far as the rules for commercial driving, if you could drive so long, you got to stop, you got to sleep 8 hours. That kind of thing is just ain't going to happen, but people are trying to push it into it.
Was that a cat you just stepped on?
I don't know if it was an attempt to keep the numbers up. That they would say, we need this many people because if you're going to drive safely, even in combat, kind of thing, you have to get sleep.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Got another call here, Bill. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Take care.
I swear, I hope the cat's okay.
I think did you just hear a cat? I swear I heard a cat squeal. Good morning. Who's this?
Well, Rayford Lee, you did hear a cat.
Good morning, Chris.
Poor cat and his tail. It sounds like one of the people on a rocking chair.
I'm crying.
That sounded like my cat when I stepped on his paw the other night.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been on there.
Well, you two have done a great job today covering a wide variety of topics. and it's great to hear.
We're on a
from you.
roll.
I think we need to turn the air conditioner back up now.
I think it's the lack of sleep that we probably both have had.
Well, it's a good, talking about trucks, nothing against Timmy. I don't think he drives a dump truck. Those are my big pet peeve is the dump trucks. You can't find their license plate on the back of their trucks. And
they got a license plate?
Drive. But yeah, somewhere around there, they got one, I guess. And they have that warning, drive 500 feet, not responsible for materials that fall out of our truck that's going to damage your car, which how they get away with that. Who knows?
It's funny you mentioned that. Yesterday, I was behind a dump truck and I pulled over because we come up to a red light and I see a sign that says, "Do not push." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Who would have
Who's
thought
going to get out of their car and push a dump truck?
or even with your car, you're going to push a dump truck? That thing's setting up there 12 feet off the ground or whatever.
Yeah. I just those and especially the ones traveling carrying gravel.
Oh yeah. Well,
gravel's going to drop out of the back.
Yeah, well, they're also supposed to secure their loads. There is a law in North Carolina and probably every other state. You've got to drive with a secured load. Your gravel flowing off the back, somewhere underneath, or off the back, over the top, or stuff fly out, you're supposed to have that stuff covered. Certain types of loads. Timmy will know more than I know, but I know, and I will see people get a ticket for it. I've seen them many times get a ticket by the what used to be weights and measurements. They're now all state troopers, but they can pull you over and give you a ticket.
Well, I would love to see that law that says that they're not responsible for the cracked windshield they're going to give you when their rocks fall.
Well, they're not responsible because you hit the brakes and you don't have a clue what their tag number is that you get fined.
Well, no. Just pull up beside their truck, get the name of the company and their truck number, and good luck with it.
Yeah.
But Lee, that was a good point. As far as cars and vehicles, and I understand what Theo is saying about, unfortunately, our world is filled with
yes, I understand that.
Mental problem. But, I like to put this scenario to people. If you put a gun, and you put a knife, and you put a bottle of liquor on a table in front of you, by yourself in your house, and a set of car keys, now, that gun's not going to do nothing unless you pick it up and shoot it. The knife's not going to stab somebody unless you pick it up and you do it. And that car is not going to do anything unless you drink that bottle of liquor, grab the keys, and go drive and kill somebody.
Now, the other thing, Barry, you can add one more there. A spoon.
Go ahead.
Lay it down there with a bowl of ice cream, and if you don't pick up that spoon, you're not going to get fatter.
It's a good point. I mean, and then it's a
personal responsibility.
It's not to minimize what happened. What happened at that splash pad was very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Any shooting is sad if it's done with intent to hurt people. I often say this in my mind, what I consider my mind is a lot of these people want their lives ended. They can't take their own lives. They're afraid to kill themselves. And I think they want law enforcement to do it somehow.
Well,
suicide by cop.
There are any number of cases that it happens. It does happen. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. That's the thing. See, they are not then considering anybody but themselves. They're not considering the damage. I don't care how hardy, how old, how experienced, how gruff that police officer is. He gonna go home and he's gonna suffer.
Sure he is.
If he has to do that.
Having the privilege of serving out at the airport for the Hope for the Warriors Lounge, talking to these young military, these retirees, these that have been in for 20 years. I tell them this, and I really believe it in my mind. We people talk about heroes.
Yep.
Okay. Here's my list of heroes. Top 3: military, law enforcement, teachers. Those are my top 3 heroes.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to add one more. I'm going to add you covered it in the military. That will be corpsmen, but I'm going to add in the civilian world all of our doctors out there.
Oh yes, no, and I subtagged that when we're talking to them. I said, don't get me wrong, because the corpsmen, they come out there too.
Absolutely.
Medical people are just wonderful. They spend a lot of their time trying to help others.
Yep.
Not everybody can be saved by doctors. It's
Cannot.
tragic.
It's a shame.
Yeah, but and to Theo, Theo, I miss talking to you on the show. But if you want an update on Heinz Farm or whatever, if you go to the Daily News, sorry about that post, plug for them, May 25th, it'll tell you what the status of it is. And they're going to do a feasibility study to see if it's worth saving, keeping, whatever. I don't know. Go ride a horse.
Yeah.
But, the budget, I watched it last night. It's a good budget. Here's why. No tax increase.
That's one.
Yeah, that's one. Very good.
Okay.
The general fund is healthy.
The general fund is how I think there was a good presentation on that. Is overall, do I always agree with county commissioners? As Robin would say, no. But when something's done, it's done. That's it. And we move on.
That's right.
Just keep moving on to something else. But I think everybody should end the day with this. Have a blessed day and smile.
I'm smiling as much as I can. My daughter keeps telling me, she said, you never smile. I said, I am smiling. You just don't see it.
Chris, you good at taking care of animals?
Am I what?
You're good at taking care of animals.
Uh-oh.
We may have a run for you.
Okay.
What?
I can't get past the cat.
I don't know. That poor cat, wherever it is, God bless him. I hope he has 8 more lives to live. Y'all have a blessed day.
I'm sure he's still in motion somewhere. Let's take a break here live at local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
97.1 WSME. The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, filled cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997. With locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry, Jacksonville and Richlands. Morgan Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street, Main Street in Maysville, on your way to and from the beach. Value pack, fresh ground round is only $4.79 a pound. You get a 16-ounce package of Oscar Mayer meat wieners for just $1.99. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.99 a pound. Boneless chicken thighs are only $2.99 a pound. How about T-bone steak? Great for the grill, just $8.99 a pound. Boneless New York strip steak is only $12.99 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, Main Street in Maysville, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, whole Athena cantaloupes, just $2.99 each. You get 2 pints of sweet blueberries for $5. Sweet and juicy Eastern peaches, just $1.49 a pound. Fresh strawberries, only $2.99 for a 1 pound package. And russet baking potatoes, only 99 cents a pound. And you get 2 6-packs of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for $9. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down the street, where good things cost less. Main Street in Maysville, on your way to and from the beach. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to end early today. I'm destroyed.
Okay, we're done with him. That's a cat that just won't shut up. Bill, I hope your cat's okay. Sorry, y'all, if you weren't listening, Bill was on the phone, and at the time he got on, just within a few seconds, I heard the dangest squeal.
I think you stepped on me. That cat said, it's like, what? Okay.
Okay. Are you composed?
No, but
All right.
I'll be okay.
All right, let's see if there's anything new here with that. Did they put out a later report here going on?
Is that on the fires?
8 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock report on the storm situation.
Oh, the storm, yes. Okay.
Disturbance number 1 out there in the Atlantic is somewhere east of the Bahamas, so the middle to northern part of the Bahamas. It has moved a little bit towards the north and towards the west. It's on right now, if it moved directly north for you guys who are trying to figure it out, it would hit the Bermuda, but it's not going to go directly anywhere. It's just going to meander, I'm sure, back and forth and see what happens. It's a trough and an upper level area of low pressure conditions could be conducive for some. I like the way they waver here on stuff. It could be conducive for some gradual development of the system during the next few days. It will be moving westward or west-northwestward, they say. The system is forecast to approach the coast of the southeastern United States on Friday. Again, we've already determined the southeastern part of the United States is anywhere from the lower Keys all the way up to the middle part. Just before they got the middle Atlantic region. I think that's what Northern Virginia, Maryland, and upward for a while is mid-Atlantic, and then down, I don't know, southeastern, they consider North Carolina southeastern as well. Anyway, formation chance within 48 hours, the next 2 days, 10%, next to nothing. Formation chance for the next week. Today is Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Through next Tuesday, 20%. By next Tuesday, unless this sucker stalls or he starts going in circles or does whatever, it should be somewhere way beyond our reach or our needs. We shouldn't have to worry about it. Now, as of 8 o'clock this morning, our time, tropical cyclone number 1. It has sustained winds of 40 miles per hour, and it is nearly stationary, and it's out there just off the Yucatan Peninsula to the northwest of the Yucatan Peninsula. It's expected to pick up and move towards the west, toward the mainland of central part of Mexico. If it does, interest in Texas will get some rain, and that should be about it. South Texas. We need a little rain, but we don't need any wind to go with it. And we don't need hurricanes. We just need some rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like, looking at some of these weather places, that next week we're going to get some rain.
Well, we need some.
And between the 28th and 29th of June, if this trend continues, looks like there's going to be a low pressure system coming up the coast. We'll get plenty of rain.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And again, this weekend, we got the Ham Radio Field Day, the annual testing of the field day. Begins on Saturday, 10 o'clock set up.
Definitely want to go.
And 10 o'clock set up for the hams out there for the Onslow Amateur Radio Club. And then they start talking, running their mouths for the next 24 hours, the 24 hours after that, all day and all night for those who can stay awake all night and talk to people all around the world. They pick up points for all sorts of things. You're welcome. The public is welcome to stop by. Stop by Sturgeon City. Set up against a 10. You're just going to see a lot of worker bees out there putting up antennas, hauling equipment in, doing this, doing that. Probably not a lot of time to chit chat. But if you want to come by when the action starts about 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, through the evening and to late evening into the early morning hours, you're welcome. Right. Not sure the doors will be unlocked and when it gets really late, but that's how it is. Sturgeon City is right downtown on Court Street, 50 Court Street to be exact.
50 Court Street.
Just look for the cars and the lights and
just head
all
towards
that sort
the
of
water.
good stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll have time for another call if somebody out there wants to chat. When we get back, you're live and local. What is this? Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. SME.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, button, case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridge City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And one is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we're back, and I got a few minutes here, and we got a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Morning. This is Andy. I need to talk with you off air about something.
Okay.
Can I call right when the show ends?
If you call right when the show ends, you'll be able to hear it, and I'll answer the phone even. How about that?
Hey, that's great. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Maybe he wants to buy some advertising.
Yeah, could be. Listen, you were talking about the Ham Radio Club having their event Saturday. Just want to remind everyone, start now, reminding you Friday and Saturday, the Ospreys will be playing at home.
2 games.
Friday night is
both at home. Yay.
Latin night. It's going to be a Latin theme.
A Latin theme.
Yeah, with Latin, cuisine from the food trucks and stuff.
We're going to have some Latinos out there, and they're going to be playing some, maybe some music.
Yes,
I
they're
love
going to
Latin
have
music.
yes, and they're playing the Carolina Yankees Saturday, and the gates open Friday.
Hey, the Carolina Yankees.
Well, yeah.
You know what they
But
call
I
those,
have
don't
to-
you?
Northern.
Damn Yankees.
Oh, damn Yankees. Okay.
That means they came down
Yeah.
here and stayed. I'm just kidding, guys. Love you.
Carolina. Yeah, it is. I have to use a light to read
I
this
see.
because it's so small. And Saturday they play the Spinners. I don't know where the Spinners are from. I'll research it. But Friday night gates open at 4:30. The game first pitch 7 p.m. Saturday is Oldies but Goldies night.
Oldies but Goldies.
Oldies but Goodies.
Goodies.
Night. Okay,
Gotcha.
there you go. Saturday. And they're playing the Spinners. Like I said, gates open at 6 p.m. First pitch is 7 p.m. But please get out and support our ball team.
Kelly has her mom's people, the vigilantes or whatever. She
Yes,
does
the
that
mom's
right?
group. Yeah.
Authorities
We dress in hoodies.
Authorities in Washington State are investigating a shooting last Saturday night after they said a father caught a rideshare driver sexually assaulting his daughter while she was drunk, highly intoxicated, they call it. Early Saturday morning, Thurston County Sheriff's deputies responded to reports of a gun violation in the area. A deputy stopped a vehicle that was attempting to flee the scene and noticed the driver. He was somewhat injured. Detectives determined the driver who was trying to leave the scene was a rideshare driver who had provided transportation to a highly intoxicated female. The father of the woman discovered his daughter being sexually assaulted by that rideshare driver at a well-known fishing spot. Police said at some point during the altercation, shots were fired. Don't know whether anybody was hit or not. The driver was injured somehow or another. The driver was in the hospital and treated for injuries sustained during the incident. The rape in the second degree and kidnapping. No mention of what occurred to the father. If anything, I will tell you one thing. Editorial comment, he should really consider himself very lucky.
Yes.
Fishing spot, That means there's water. You got caught.
Right.
I'm just saying. He needs to consider himself very lucky. Go buy a lottery ticket, dude. Okay, coming up tomorrow, we've got a young lady coming in here, Mary Sylvan. She was in here last year, right?
Yes, she was. She's with the North Carolina Pacific Arts organization. They're having a huge festival next weekend.
I'm getting confused again, so we'll chat with her about that.
Yes.
North Carolina, we have a Pacific. It says Pacific Arts.
She'll be in here tomorrow, and she might have some special news to share with us all that's really going to excite some people.
I like it. Okay. Coming up later this week, we're going to the dogs again.
Yes. Dan McGee.
Yeah, Dan McGee will be in here on Thursday.
With his service dog.
With the service dog. We're going to talk with some comments and some suggestions and all sorts of stuff like that.
Yes.
Now, tomorrow, Rosemary should be back in town, right?
I thought she said 2 weeks.
Did she?
I
don't know.
So.
Well, she deserves 2 weeks down there.
Yes, I think she said she was going to the DR for 2 weeks.
She'll need an extra week just because of the drive from where she lives to down that neck of the woods, because I was there yesterday. We will see you tomorrow bright and early. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay cool, stay hydrated. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ.